Hello everybody, welcome to another market prep video, market day, all the fun stuff from beginning to end. Here's what I worked on, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm pricing, here's the show, here's the recap, you know the whole deal. All right, I got a pile of stuff here. I really do, I have quite a pile of things here that I worked on. In no particular order. Let's just show you what I worked on. No particular order, okay? So I got this skein of yarn in my subscription box, and I wanted to make something with it. It's fall vibes. It's so cool. I love this like swirly pattern on it, and I just got done throwing a pom-pom on it. Now I put a button inside. This is a neat trick. You sew a button to the inside, and then you can pull your loop through and attach it to the button. Then you could take this out and clean this and wash this and not wreck your pom-pom. Now my pom-pom's looking a little goofy. I need to blow dry it. That's the hint with these pom-poms. Blow dry them. And then they poof up and they look all nice and beautiful. But he has not been blow dried yet. So I made that with, I believe this was from my Yarnable. I think it was the Yarnable yarn. And then I wanted to use up the yarn. You know, I've been trying to use up yarn, not have empty skeins or partial skeins laying around. Empty skeins, oh my gosh. So I made this cutie, made this little headband with these little bobble stitches on the outer edges. I had just enough to do these two things out of that one hank yarn. So I got that. All right, let's just start grabbing this stuff. Okay. At the last show I did, I made a little mini owl with my 4-weight yarn, and I had some 5-weight yarn, and I decided I needed to replace my owl. I look at him now, and one of his wings is more forward than the other, but you know what? He's an owl. Do you think that their wings are like always perfectly symmetrical? No, they're not. I have an owl. I think I sold the last one for, I don't know, I want to say it was $8. This one is definitely going to be a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger. It took a little bit more work, a little bit more time. I don't know, 10 or 12, something like that. Okay, next. Okay, this was the thing I was on the hunt for, the purple and the green yarn. I found purple and green yarn. I did return 2 sets of purple and green yarn. One set went back to Michael's, one set went back to Hobby Lobby. All right, so here's what we came up with. Frankenstein number 1. And you know me, I don't like to do multiples of things, but every once in a while, Frankenstein number 2. Okay, these were so much fun to make. They were so easy to make. They were fun to make. They were just, I had a good time with them. Okay, so I don't know, $12, maybe 10, 12, something like that. I don't know. And then I had to make a candy corn dude. You know, look. He's been injured. He's got a scar over there. And he's got the weird little Frankenstein hair. I could make more of those. You know, I'm going to take these to this show, which is a September show, early, mid-September, I guess, and see what we think. My next show is in October. We'll see how these go in September if I want to make more for October. Let's continue with the Halloween-y vibe, okay? Well, no, sorry. I grabbed him. I thought he was another Frankenstein, but he's not. He's a watermelon. A watermelon keychain. Sorry. He's a watermelon keychain. But this is definitely, this is so cute. This was so stinking cute. Now, there's a flaw. There's a slight flaw. We have 3 legs and we have 3 legs. He should have 8. But it was fun. And he's a pumpkin. I struggled with the pumpkin butt. His pumpkin, Okay, everything went great until I tried to make the pumpkin shape. This was easy to do. The little leaf tendril things was easy. The eyes, look, he's so cute. Even his little fang things here weren't hard to do. You just crochet those right in and it's like, okay, he's cute. He's going to have to sell for more just because he made me mad. All right, what else do we have Halloween style? I had to make a bat. I had to make a bat. This one frustrated me because I could not figure out, once I got one wing on, I did this wing first, and I went to do this wing, and I'm like, how do I make that wing go on? It wouldn't go in the same shape as this one because you have to flip this one backwards. I was like, oh, okay. So anyhow, one little bat, you know. These are a lot of these are about the same size. Like these guys, I don't know. $12 is $12 too much? I'm gonna try it. After going to that show last weekend and seeing some of the prices people were giving their stuff away for, I'm scared. I mean, I'm scared. I made another bat. I told you I was gonna make another bat. Look at it. This one's cute. Again, with the wing thing. The wings, one wing has to go on backwards. It's so weird. Now, mine are never like perfect. They're just not perfect. They're not symmetrical. One wing might be more forward. Like this one's back further. This one, I can't get them right, but whatever. Okay. What else we have? Oh, this guy. He's adorable. I love how he sits. I wish you could see him sit. I'll show you my hand. Plop. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. This took some time. This one took some time because he is a big boy. I'm thinking he's got to be like $18. You know what I mean? But he is so stinking. And look at his eyes. His eyes are perfect. This one is one of the things I'm the most proud of. He had to sew arms and legs on, so he was a little more work, but he sits like a champ, man. He's just like, hello. Can you say, all to me? All right, this guy also, he's going to have to sell for a little bit more because he was some work. But look at how cute he is. Look how cute he is, right? I mean, we made the hat. The hat it gets crocheted in. These are baubles. So all of this was just crocheted in. I didn't have to sew anything except for my little seeds. And then I had to sew the leaf top on. I mean, 15, 18, I don't know. And then these guys, like 12, I'm thinking, I don't know. He's got to be like in the $15 range, probably. I don't know. We'll see. And then we got a bunch of little guys. All right. We got, okay, he's a little polar bear. Dale was like, what's this supposed to be? Oh, he's a little polar bear. These are just like your little pocket friends. Okay. So there's him. Had to ask people if they knew what this was. I'm proud of my son. My son knew. It's a Kirby. I don't know what Kirby's from. It's a Nintendo thing, but it's Kirby. I'm like, it's cute. Okay. And then I made a pig. Now the pig is bigger. Like, look. So I don't know. I think, how much are the little pocket guys? I have no idea. No idea. I think I got little pocket frogs I'm selling for $8. So maybe 8 and 8. But he's bigger. So 10. See, we got to kind of go by size and how much work it took. And these guys I can sell for cheap. So let me explain these. These were these little googly-eyed monsters. Okay, I started with this one. Now, they glow in the dark. Their eyes glow in the dark. So I started with this one. And this was a 4-weight chenille. And the teeth are kind of jacked up. He looks kind of goofy. But he was so little. And I didn't care for him. So I found a different pattern. And I think I did this one first, maybe. Yeah, I did this one first because I didn't know how to attach the eyes. But this guy has arms. But I liked the size of this one. He's bigger. He's got a few more rounds. He's bigger, but I didn't know how to put the eyes on properly. Yeah, this one I put the eyes on properly. So this was first. I liked his size. Didn't like the arms. Tried this one. He was too small, but I figured out the eyes. And then I did a smash. I smashed them together and came up with this guy. And he's my favorite. All right, so I figured out the eyes. He's got little bobble legs and arms, which are cute. And he's got this funny little goofy smile, So there's 3 different sizes. We'll see if I sell any of them. They're quick and easy to make. If I do, I can whip up more like for my next shows. These are going to be like $5, just $5. Cute little item. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. This was part of my pull something out of a jar challenge. A few of these things were, I believe. The bat was, for sure. I believe the spider was. The mushy boy was. There was a few things. The beanie was. Pull something out of a jar. All right, so I made myself 2 little pumpkin cup cozies. One is taller than the other. One has an extra round. See, nothing is perfect with me. It's all just, but these are super cute. I liked the pattern. They're nice and stretchy. I've actually tried it on my water, my tumbler thing, and they fit on there. So there you go. 2 of those. I have no idea how much I'm going to sell these for. I'm thinking like $8 to $10. 8? I don't know. We'll see. Then I found some yarn. I was cleaning and I found some yarn, just a little bit of yarn. I'd made some other projects with, and I'm like, no, 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 we need to finish up that skein of yarn. And so I made coasters. I made 3 coasters. This is hipster cotton, I believe. No, it's not. It's cotton sprout yarn. It's a nice cotton. It's not a super scratchy, tough, thick cotton. It's a nice cotton. It's almost a wearable cotton sprout. I mean, you could wear this. It's nice. I like it. So I have 3 coasters. I'll sell as a set. Okay. And then we made this guy. And I had fun playing with this, which led me to something else. So look at it. It's so cute, right? I just showed this to Dale and he's like, oh, that's cute. He liked it. Dale liked it. So I got my beads out. Look, I put beads at the bottom and I put beads at the top, and it's super cute. I like it. And I'm thinking at least 15. People at that show last weekend were selling these things for super cheap. But there's one that's cute, and they didn't have embellishments. They didn't have any beads. But that prompted me to make all of these, which I had all of the stuff for pens. So how many pens did I make? I had 2 or 3. I might keep this one. I might just keep this one because I really like that one. But I have that one. This one was already done. The sunflower one. I believe this one was already completed. So I made the rest of these. I whipped them up just like, they're super easy. They're super cute, super easy. Just, I had all the supplies. I was just like, I had fun making them. How many did I end up with here? I got this one. And I got this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you count the one I want to keep. But do I need a pen? I don't need the pen. Anyhow, I don't know how much to sell this for. I have no clue. No clue at all. Then we made this bad boy. And I love it. And I want to make more with this yarn. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And you'll see why in a second. I put it to a vote out there. The ribbon or the twine? And pretty much everybody said the twine. So here we go. We'll take the ribbon off. We'll take the ribbon off. And we'll leave it with the twine. There it is. It's a nice big pumpkin. I love it. I love how the colors, these are so easy to make. They're just, you make a rectangle. You decide how wide you want it. Wide is your height and width is your length. There it is. Cute. I want to make more with this yarn. But I started with this yarn. And this one is so pretty. Now I got my hair done the other day, and the girl who does my hair, I showed her a couple pictures, and she's like, oh, those are so cute. She said, how much are you selling those for? She's okay, what do you have? She says, I will buy some. Bring some next time, and I'll buy pumpkins from you. And I was like, okay. Now, I think she wants, like, she said teal and cream and stuff like that. I mean, I got some teal ones downstairs, but this is super cute. Hang on real quick. Let me show you something else, because I have to go to Michael's here in a minute. Because the little blue one came out kind of small, I started another one. And this one's taller, but I ran out of the yarn. So I need to go to Michael's and get more yarn to make a bigger one to go with this guy. There'll be a set, right? And then it's this yarn right here. It's Loops and Threads Charisma. Charisma. It's a bulky weight yarn. This one is called Color. Color J109. Does it not have a name? No, it does. Rose Garden Multi. So this one I'm doing in a fairly decent size. And look how cute it is. Look at it. I love how they change. I got a few more rows to go on this one before, because then you just make your rectangle and you sew them up, and then you sew around the top and you cinch, and okay, they're easy. So this, I'm going to get a large one, and then I might make some little mini ones, just little itty bitty ones. We'll see what I get done. I don't think I'll have these done by Saturday. Well, I could have them done by Saturday. So that's all the stuff that I've made over the last, I don't know, several weeks. So yeah. So if I go with this, like 5, right? Let's see. 6 or 7? 10? I'm putting them in size order here. 12s? These are 12s, right? 12s? I don't know. Where do we go from there? 15? 18? I don't know. 15? Both 15. 15s? Let's see. 18, 17, 18, 18, 17, 15, 16, 8. I don't know. And then the big boy. I don't know. I got to give this some thought. I have no idea. You're not going to be able to help me because, this video won't come out until I've already made decisions and priced everything and gone to the show. And you guys, I just got an email about this show. It takes up like all of their downtown area in this little town. It's a small town, but it's a big festival. They do this fall festival thing. They've been doing it for years. There's all kinds of stuff. I got a map of like all of the different things that are there, all kinds of stuff. And it's a weird setup. Like you go and you like basically get in line for your spot. You get in line for your spot. You don't have a specific spot. Nothing is assigned to you. You can't ask for a specific place. You show up and they put you in order. Just boom, boom, boom. They said 110 vendors. 110. I have never done a show that has 110 vendors. This will be interesting. So wish me luck at this show. I'm excited for it. I guess I have some high hopes for it now that I've gotten some more information on the show. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do this. So I'm getting out the pumpkins, taking all the pumpkins, all the fall sunflowery stuff, and then all of this Halloween-y stuff here. So here we go. Let's get rolling. Here we go. Off to the fall festival market thing. Truck is loaded with our stuff. It's gonna rain. Sorry, I'm in the dark. I'm in the garage. Dale's letting the chickens out. Yeah, it's gonna rain early this morning. So we might be putting them walls up, using those walls, put them to good use. Anyhow, we're off. We're loaded. We're going. Chaos here. Everybody comes in this one way, and then some people go that direction to set up their tents, and then down this way to set up their tents. It's huge, but it's kind of chaotic right now. And the one street, when it comes this, we're right here with all the food trucks. We're right on the corner. I don't know how that managed to work out, but we're right on a corner. And it goes all the way down here. And how far down the road does it go? About to right down there. Okay. Road closed. All right. I'm going to have to take a walk later, of course. Lots of food, cookies, and it goes that way quite a ways. It's pretty big. Here's our booth. We're all set up. We're on the corner. So hopefully we sell some stuff. Wish us luck. We got stuff out front today. We got all kinds of diamond painting stuff over here. Dale's still playing with it. He's matching bases with the stands, the things, the pictures, and got all this stuff over here. I pulled out all of the goodies. There's my stack of pumpkins. We got lots of pumpkins. We got beanies. We got lots of stuff to look at. We just got to have people come in and stop and look. That's what we need. Come on in, people. 25 minutes in. Nothing. Haven't sold a thing. Hardly anybody has stopped. So, and it's sprinkling. Anyhow, fun. Stuff's getting broken. A couple of my pictures have been broken. We've already had some things blow over. It's great fun. Some girl just recognized some of the things as Jellycat looking. I'm like, oh yeah, they're Jellycat. Yay! She recognized that. So we're an hour and a half in, and we've sold $19 worth of stuff. Okay. Anyhow, there's a lot of people here, but they're just not buying stuff from me anyhow. Down at this end of the street, we're playing cornhole. Some serious cornhole players down here. There's a whole bunch of them. Holy cow. And then down here looks like carnival-y stuff. I'm looking for food, like different food. All we got at our end is barbecue. Oh, melted grill. That sounds like grilled cheese. Yeah, there's more food down here. I'm gonna have to have Dale come down this way. I want a grilled cheese. That's what I want. Wow, all kinds of stuff down here. Pretzels, tacos. Oh, bounce houses, all kinds of stuff. 4 o'clock check-in. It definitely has slowed down. There's still people here. They're just trickling through. Not a lot of people stopping to look at this point. I was hoping we'd get one more sale. We've done okay. It picked up there for a few hours. It got pretty busy. So I was looking for one more sale of something. I don't know. Could happen. Maybe not. I might end up sitting here for an hour and just watching people walk by. I don't know. So anyhow, we've done all right. We'll give you a recap when we get home. Well, hello, we're back. We are back from the craft show. And so it's time for a little recap, of course, of how things went. So this is really weird. I don't like, okay, there, let's try that. We're like way up high. I don't know. Down further. That's not doing anything. Anyhow, okay. So it was a little rainy in the morning when we got there. It was a very interesting setup. You just drove in on one main road and you kind of got in line. And you got in line and they placed you. We were there at 9:30. 9:30. The earliest you could have gotten there to set up was 9 o'clock. So we're only like a half an hour, in. And the road, the main street was like, it was just lined with tents already. I was like, wow, that many people here already? They're already there. Tents are up and everything. And I was like, this is crazy. And so what they do, I guess, is when you pull in, they just start filling in, probably down at the end of that road and the end of that way, and just start filling in. So by the time we got there, they're like to the center, to the main intersection there. And she's like, why don't you just go right over there in that corner? And I'm like, we're going to be right here in the corner? Okay, sure. And we were literally right on a corner. All right, so I had purchased walls for the tent, because, the wind last time was a problem. I thought, at least we have a little wind block if we needed it. But it was raining. But it wasn't raining. It was sprinkling. Let me just say it sprinkled, okay? And it sprinkled for a little while, but not enough that we felt any need to put the walls on. So it was okay. Got everything set up. And like the show started at 11. By 11:30, we hadn't really seen anybody really stop in the booth even. So, yeah. And it was real slow in the morning. I mean, there was people milling about, but they weren't like serious shoppers or anything like that. They're just kind of wandering around and, about, I don't know, 12:30, like lunchtime. Because we were down by some food trucks too. So about lunchtime, then it started getting pretty busy, and we started getting a lot of traffic. And that's when we started like selling stuff. Because at first I was a little concerned. I was like, my goal always, and it's a real low ball goal. Low ball goal is just to make my booth fee back, whatever that was. This fee was $35. I just wanted to make my fee back. This is not something I'm doing to make a living, make a real big profit, or, not counting on it to pay any bills. It's just, I have stuff. And so why not go out there and try to sell the stuff that I'm making? Just, that's the whole thing. So anyhow, it was busy for a few hours, quite busy. Had tons and tons of lookers. Now here's the thing. When I got the email the day before, I literally got an email like 2 days before this show to tell you how everything was going to go. They said there were 110 vendors. And I believe that. The way the street was packed. Lots and lots of 3D printers. Several crochet booths. So in my head, I'm like, is it better to have a lot of vendors? Because then there's a lot of competition. Or is it better to have a smaller show with fewer vendors? I don't know. I clearly know that people would stop at my booth and look at some things and go, there was a crochet booth like across the corner, across the street, not too far. And I know for sure some people went right over there and bought something from her instead of mine. she had a larger variety of plushies. So if it was the kids that were looking for plushies, okay. But I don't know. It's a whole, you never know. It's a whole crapshoot. But this was quite the event. It was quite the event. I mean, they had, like I said, 110 vendors. They had multiple food trucks. They had agencies, all kinds of agencies there, promoting their services and whatnot. They had a cornhole tournament on the one end of the street, blocked up, a good part of the block down there with cornhole. Past that, there was a music stage set up. And then at the very end of the road down that way was like carnival stuff, cotton candy booths, little rides. There was pony rides. There was a few carnival games, stuff like that. It's a huge event. I did okay. Let's go over the stats. Okay, so here's my fancy recording system. That's how I do it. Here's the Eaton Rapids Farmers Market where all my stuff got broke. I was surprised. I did okay. I mean, for this little farmers market, I, netted $67 there. Anyhow, let's talk about what we sold. I'm just going to go through the list, and then you'll notice there's a clear winner. So I walked away, in the first hour or so. I walked away, and Dale sold a scrunchie for $3. First scrunchie I've ever sold. People talk about scrunchies all the time. They make scrunchies. They sell scrunchies. They're some of their most popular items. First time I sold one. I sold one. Well, Dale sold it. Okay. And then I sold 2 keychains. And I believe it was a strawberry keychain and the donut. I believe. Don't quote me, but I believe. I didn't write those down at that point, which ones they were. Then this girl came by and she kept looking at the bags. And she had some younger girls with her, and she walked away. But she came back, and she bought the bag for $20. Another little girl, okay, I was going to try to sell this little bunny, this cute little white bunny. I was going to try to sell that to, subscribers when I do a sale. I marked this little bunny down. I decided to take it. I just decided to take it because everybody always looks at it. So I marked it from 18 to 15. Sold. All right. Then some girls came and they picked up all kinds of just little diamond painting things like bookmarks and little ornament little things, just a bunch of little stuff. Spent $16 on that. All right. Then I sold one of my little googly eye monsters, a googly eye monster and a tiny, tiny little pumpkin keychain. Sold those to the same person, $3 a piece, $6. Okay. My friend came and visited because her daughter was there as well. But she bought 2 frogs and one of the Frankensteins. Since she was my good friend, I gave her a little discount, $20. I sold 1 pumpkin cozy for $5. And then I sold the cherries, the keychain cherries. Those were $8. And at the same time, one of their friends was there and she bought the little pig for $6. And I think the last thing I sold was a mushroom keychain. That was the kit from Hobby Lobby. I sold that for $10 because, that was a lot of work. That one was a lot of work. So I sold that for $10. So our total in sales that we brought in was $125. Subtract the $35 fee and I profited $90. Not bad. Not bad. In my heart, I would love to get over the $200 mark every time, but it doesn't happen for me. So I'm in this $100 range. So, we figured it out. I earned $15 an hour. So I make a minimum wage. Anyhow. I spent a little bit of money there. There were Girl Scouts next to us, and we spent $4 on some cookies and brownies to nibble on. And then there was an author there, and she is starting a new series, a cozy romance series in a trailer park, but not that kind of trailer park. Not that kind of trailer park. Anyhow, so she was there, and I talked to her for a while, and I went and I bought one of her books. So I spent a little bit of money, but not bad. Anyhow, that's how it all turned out. And our next show is in like 3 weeks. That's in another small town, but it is a bigger small town. And apparently, I've heard from other people that the people that go to this show down there, it's like their fall festival too. The people who go to that show come to spend money. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. I don't know how many vendors there will be. I have no idea how this goes. Never done it before, never been there, never visited the show. I don't have a clue. We're going to find out in about 3 weeks. So, and then a couple weeks after that, I'm doing a small little show right here in Little Potterville. That one's costing me, I thought it was going to be $10 because it was an outdoor tent thing for $10. But I didn't know they had a couple of spots inside a building, like their community room or something. So I paid for that, and that's $20. So $20 show. We'll see how it goes. Then we got a couple shows after that. We're not doing a ton, but just a few here and there. One a month. I mean, in September, October, we're going to have 2. Ooh, step back. Whoa, we're going to have 2. Anyhow, that's how it turned out. So, I mean, it's fun. You get to go out and see people, experience the world. Going to the shows I've never been to before is always fun because, you don't have a clue what they're about until you get there. So they were fun. Anyhow, and it's fun. Dale and I spend the day together, and just have a good time. So I'm not worrying about busting my butt trying to make more stuff for these next shows. I got a bunch of pumpkins. I'm currently making, this is a pumpkin right here. Currently, this is a pumpkin. This is a Brianna K. wheat stitch pumpkin. I got quite a nice supply of pumpkins. I think I'm done after this. Although there's one more I want to make. I'm going to make one more, maybe 2. I got some bulky yarn sitting over there. But other than that, there's a couple small things. Oh, big seller of the day. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keychains. All different, but keychains. Who knew? So I have some more keychains on the list to make. More keychains. There's some that are on there I'm probably going to take off. Make room for the nicer stuff, I think. Anyhow, I got some more keychains on my list. But other than that, until we get to like the November and December shows, which are going to be real Christmassy, I'm not worrying about it a whole lot. I got other things I need to do. So that's how it goes. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us and checking out the show. I tried to get as much video when I was there as I could. We had dancers right in because we're right in the T. We're right in the T of the town, right? The roads are going, like this. We're right there. And so they had things going on there. They had belly dancing group for a while. They had cloggers for a while. So recording stuff was a little difficult because of music in the background and stuff, but I tried to get as much as I could. So anyhow, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you with the next one. Bye, everybody.